It is a total of 49 goals which has been scored in the quarterfinals of the UEFA Nations League for both the legs, and can you just imagine more than 22 penalty goals which has been awarded for all the teams. I mean, the 8 teams which were participating in it has scored more than 49 goals in 8 matches and a total of more than 20 penalty goals. What is that happening in the UEFA Nations League? Lamine Yamal, is it going to be the baby shot, the penalty which was taken by Lamine Yamal? Is it likes of Jamal Musiala, or it is the likes of Lamine Yamal? Is it going to be Jamal or Yamal? But Lamine Yamal needs to take the penalty shots quite good. He has to learn that. Cristiano Ronaldo was confident of getting it into the semifinals, and he said that it wasn't an uphill task for him to do it past Denmark, and he has done it. Ronaldo has scored, and after extra time, it is on an aggregate of 5-3. Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal and Roberto Martinez has advanced into the semi-finals. They will be facing DFB for that semi-final clash in the UEFA Nations League. Kylian Mbappe has left that mask from his face, but France has advanced into the semi-finals and defeating Croatia on the extra time in the penalties. What a game that was, and Deschamps making it to the semi-finals once again, and Croatia has been eliminated. And Netherlands, what is that going on an aggregate 5 each, 10 goals being scored by both the teams. Netherlands, Koeman, the manager for them, what has he to say? Because Netherlands gave it everything. And more to talk about that, it was the referee Kevin Turpin awarding 2 penalties for Netherlands and 1 for Spain. Oh my God. The change of rules by UEFA and these controversial referees coming into the pitch, this has led to a very good show of football in the Nations League. Hello guys, welcome back to another episode with FC RAMSAY, and what a watch along which we had in the previous night. The stream went up to more than 4 hours, and all the matches, most of them going into the extra time, then into the penalties, especially to talk about the matches between Spain and Netherlands and the likes of Frenchmen against the Croatians, Dalikmans against Deschamps. But let's begin with these 4 matches which were being played. It was the likes of the DFB against the Italians Azzurris. It was the likes of Portugal going up against Denmark, and the likes of the Spaniards against Netherlands, and Frenchmen against the Croatians. But look at this. It was the game which began in so good, and Germany, who were 2-1 up against the Azzurris at San Siro in the first leg, but in the second leg at the Signal Iduna Park, oh my God, DFB in the first half just demolished the Azzurris team and got those 3 goals. It was in the first leg where 3-0 was the scoreline, and the number of shots which the DFB took, it was a whooping 17 shots on goal, and 8 of them were on target. But in the second half, it was the likes of Penalties, bringing in those differences. But Moyes' scheme, I mean, he has changed drastically. It was something different 4 to 5 years back, but now he has been modified and he has been brought into the squad after those injury moments, and he scored those 2 goals. It was a giveaway goal from DFB in the second half to the Azzurris. No denying the fact, in the second half, 2 goals which the DFB has given it as a giveaway, as a consolation prize for the Azzurris, which led to the scoreline of 3-2. Again, that was a penalty which was being awarded. Especially to talk about in this game, I was much critical about this referee, Simon Messinek, on the pitch, who was officiating this game. Who could have imagined that Simon Messinek, the man who denied Bayern Munich for the game against Real Madrid, will be the man giving those penalties, and his decisions will be quite decent into that. No denying the fact, this man today in this game just did his job really good. No denying the fact, he did his job good. But on an aggregate, Germany winning that away leg at San Siro with 1 goal margin leads into the semi-final and just demolishing the likes of the Azzurri. Especially to talk about Joshua Kimmich was the man who was doing those good aspects into this game, and none other than denying the fact, it was also the likes of Clint who was put in the starting lineup, and he made it really good. That was something very big which the Germans would be appreciating it, and they have made it into the finals. But looking at this German lineup, it is something which Nagelsmann is consistently trying to find in the team, and he has brought in. He has been suffering from the injuries of Florian Wirtz, the likes of Kai Havertz, but then also he made it. Manuel Neuer was the goalkeeper who wasn't on the injuries, and it was Bowman who was making it. But Nagelsmann, with those young players in the squad, the fresh ones who hasn't got those experiences of the DFB, the Demon Shaft, but they did it really so good. It was really something very good. But on the other hand, the Azzurris, with the injuries of Cambiaso, the likes of Redigui not being available, but they did it a decent part. And only the thing which they missed it was they couldn't have that second leg mentality in their mind. It was the likes of Spalletti who was developing this team to get into many different rhythms of the game with the different fluidities. It was the likes of Tonali, Barella making it good. It was the likes of Junior Maldini who was also in the starting lineups in the second leg but couldn't make that impact into the team. It is the mentality again, Germans and the Azzurris. It has been DFB winning against the Italians since 2012, and the Azzurris hasn't found a way to crack open the defensive aspects of the DFB past 12 years into this. What is that going to be? Is the allied forces of the Germans and the Italians are going to make that. That will be the big aspect to watch for in this. But none other than, if we look at into the next game, it was definitely likes of the Spaniards and the Netherlands. Oh my God, what is that? It is on an aggregate of 5-5. It was 2 each in the first leg, and over here it was Netherlands going against the Spaniard at the away leg, got those 3 goals, and that was some sort of equalizers which the Orange were getting it. But again, to talk about this game especially, I was referring to this man. It was Clement Turpin. Again, that is a big controversial referee. Many are having that talk, but no denying the fact this man, Clement Turpin, made his mark so good, and there wasn't any stones unturned left from his part. He gave those decisions so good. But this game went up to those extra time. It was Spaniards who were getting that first goal, but Netherlands, with every goal being scored by the Spaniards, were getting it. It was Lamine Yamal who scored that marvelous 103rd minute goal in those extra times. But what happened to that in the penalty moments? Look at that. Pedri wasn't there in the starting lineups. He was brought in the substitutions. But the first penalty, which was taken by Virgil van Dijk, went in. Mikel Merino also nets that. Xavi Simons, who scored a penalty previously to that, he scored again. Koopmeiners got it. It was the likes of Garcia and Torres also making it. But now Lang, the man, he just missed it again. It was the likes of Lamine Yamal taking those baby shots. What was that Lamine Yamal expecting to be having in that? Oh my God. Lamine Yamal has missed a big penalty, and I won't deny the fact that Lamine Yamal took a baby shot, and he must learn those penalties because it is the matches in the Champions League as well where he will be going to play that, and most of the matches will be moving into the extra time as well as into the penalties. That is the aspect which you have to have. But is it the likes of Jamal or Yamal? What is that going to be? But no denying the fact, the Spaniards, the La Rojas, has made it, and it was Pedri, the man, who finally scored that, and Donald Mellon missing that led Spain to that victory. It was something so big, and you can't deny that in the number of shots being taken. The Netherlands, the Oranges, were making it good. 16 all in all, 19 by Spaniards. Everywhere they were just defying the aspects of football on the pitch, and were making it good. And the likes of Clement Turpin on the pitch was also really doing his job too good. But on the other hand, it was Cristiano Ronaldo's man who was up against Denmark. But Cristiano Ronaldo, look at that. It was that first own goal which came in from Denmark, because in the first leg they were 1 up. And over here, that one goal, that was an own goal which happened, and Portugal got that equalizer with it. It was again the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo who was missing few chances. He was looking bit depressed on the sidelines, but before the match, Cristiano Ronaldo has just stated that it is the likes of the mentality which is going to win it, and they are going to crack Denmark open. And it happened because Cristiano Ronaldo after that scored. It was the likes of Trincao getting 2 more goals, and Gonzalo Ramos, who was brought into the substitution after dropping Cristiano Ronaldo from the lineup, he got that goal. It was a 5-2, and on an aggregate, Portugal advances to the semifinals. Roberto Martinez will be quite happy, but Denmark also give their best. But after those 70 minutes, their legs just couldn't give that best. It was Denmark trying to get those equalizers, but those late stoppage time goals which came in from Trincao as well as from the likes of Gonzalo Ramos getting those in those extra time, I thought that this game will be going on to the penalties, and Cristiano Ronaldo with a marvelous penalty will score more goals. How many more goals will Cristiano Ronaldo score? When is he going to come to a stop? But none of the fans would want Cristiano Ronaldo to come to an end and let him be scoring more. And it was also the likes of Slavko Vinkic, the man, the referee on the pitch. He wasn't making those controversial decisions, and yes, all of that were looking good. And Cristiano Ronaldo and his company moves on to the semi-finals. They will be facing DFB. That will be happening. That will be a big watch we will be having for our watch along. And the next game, the last one which was happening, was that of Didier Deschamps' men, Ninja Turtle Kylian Mbappe, against the likes of Croatia's Luka Modric. The first leg, Modric and Kylian Mbappe were in some sort of confrontations, but nothing serious about it. It was those spirit of the game. But Didier Deschamps' men down by 2 goals against the Croatians in the first leg. In the second leg at their home, it was the Frenchman getting those 2 goals, but not to be denying the fact. Look at that. It was Kylian Mbappe and his men with the likes of Olise and company were getting it. A total of 28 shots which they took, 8 on target. It was the first goal which came from the Frenchman. It was Mikel Olise from the likes of Bayern Munich getting that free kick, and he nets it so good. He nets it really so good. And finally, Ousmane Dembele was getting so many opportunities. I don't know what happens to his form at times, but he gets that second goal on those 88th minute. And that was the scores level in both the legs, both Croatia and France, 2-2 each. And who could have expected that in the extra time also we are not going to get that goals, and it is going into the penalties. It was the likes of Croatia from the Martin missing it. It was Kylian Mbappe not missing any penalty, but it was the likes of few misses which happened from Ivan Kovic as well as from the likes of Stanisic missing a penalty. But it was again Bayern Munich Super Meccano netting that last goal, and it went up to those 7th penalty on those shootouts. And finally, the Frenchman getting those wins. It is again in the semifinals, which is going to be a big one because that is something big which is going to happen. And in the knockouts after this, look at that. Oh my God, what is that? Look at that. It is something big which has happened to it. And no denying the fact, it is going to be the semifinals where the Azzurris are going to face the Germans. My goodness. This has happened in the quarterfinals. Denmark and Portugal. Denmark being eliminated. Netherlands and Spain. The orange has been eliminated. Croatia and France. Nagelsmann has been eliminated. But a whooping of 49 goals and more than 22 goals in the penalty shootouts. Who could have expected that the UEFA Nations League quarterfinals will end in such a drama, in such a cinema, and the decisions by the controversial referees on the pitch were to be so good. None of the fans could just complain that the moments were bad. But in the semifinals now, it is on the June 5th where Germany and Portugal will face each other on a neutral venue, that is, and as well as the likes of Lamine Yamal up against the likes of Kylian Mbappe. Lamine Yamal, are you going to make that the penalty? The first penalty which you took in your senior career was a miss. Oh my God. Then also, we will be having the watch of these two games. These are on 2 different dates, and we will be having that ample time to watch these 2 games because watching 4 matches in a night, back to back, oh my God, my eyes as well as my mind was down. But it has happened. It has happened. And UEFA, with the rules which they have got those changes as well as the controversial referees making those decisions, it has been the talk of the town for a long time. And in this, the things has been really going it good. Yes, do join our watch along, and before ending this video, tell your comments, tell your opinions about that. What was the thing which most excited about you, and what will be the predictions of Germany against Portugal in the semi-finals of the Nations League, as well as the likes of Lamine Yamal and Kylian Mbappe once again facing each other? What will be the predictions of that? Do tell us in the comment section. And yes, before ending this, give us those likes, share, subscribe. Bye bye guys, keep going.